We're off to a really great start. Literally talked for 3 minutes, but it seems I cannot say anything correctly today, so I'm just gonna start over. I think probably we'll start with updates first. Probably the reason why I'm struggling to say anything coherently today is because I got cold called, and like majorly cold called, for the first time ever today. So all of my conversational brain power, speaking ability, went to those 30-40 minutes. This professor's cold calls, a lot of the time when he cold calls, it's basically you read something from the book and you're basically reading aloud the content to the class, and he'll ask a question and then you'll read the right part. But he was asking me so many analytical things. I feel like I did well. I feel like I did well, but there are definitely a few things that I didn't know the answer to, and on some of them I recovered and was able to get what he was saying, and then there was one where I was just like, I'm not quite sure. But I think it went okay. I don't know. It was a long cold call too. I feel like his are usually shorter, but this one lasted probably at least 30 minutes. So that was interesting. I'm happy it's over with. And the only thing I didn't like though is I've never heard him ask a question about a footnote in the text before. Also, this is so ironic because I have such deeply rooted issues with footnotes personally, but I've never heard him ask a question that comes from a footnote before in the textbook. Since my textbooks are on my iPad, I didn't even know, like there are no footnotes at the bottom of an iPad. And I didn't know how to access the footnotes. And so he said that and I was like, give me a second because I cannot see the footnote on my iPad screen. And the sweet girl who sits next to me, she like lent her book to me and I was able to read it and answer the question. But like, sir, why are you asking one of a few people who use an iPad in the class for the footnote? He's never asked a footnote question before. I just thought that was really interesting. I felt like when I was answering the questions, I sounded confident in what I was saying, and I don't know. I'm not bothered about it. The case that I was cold called on was Beak versus Aquaslide. Literally about water slides. Today's video is going to be about the color orange. Little skull. Supposedly there's an orange album coming out next month, but I'm not really too sure what the cover actually looks like since there's 500 of them. I'm not even really sure if I can call this new album that must not be named orange because there's so many different variants. I've lost track and I feel like the orange doesn't really have much meaning anymore. We're gonna go through my favorite orange albums and I'm gonna talk about them. Danger Days. So this is kind of the best album ever. I'm not gonna lie, I love this album so much when I was in middle school, and I feel like this album is hitting more than it ever has this year. I wonder why. This album hitting as hard as it did, and that just so happening to pair with my Gotham era, just is really magnificent. Planetary Go. Low-key, there might be something outside your window, but you'll just never know. Planetary Go, I feel like no song in the world gets me as hype as Planetary Go. I love Planetary Go. I cannot stress that enough. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I feel like Destroya is the most quintessential MCR song there is. Every single thing that MCR does well, they do in Destroya. Vampire Money, just absolutely wonderful sarcastic banger. I love it, and also I think Remus and Sirius would really love Vampire Money. Just sparkle like Bowie, glimmer like Bolin. Like, it's made for them, come on. Also Vampire, anyway. I think The Only Hope for Me Is You is going to be on my Wrapped this year. I was 100% certain about that like a month ago, and then I started having all of these mishaps with thinking I turned off Spotify on my TV, but turning off Spotify somehow when you turn off Spotify on your TV, it still continues to stream. And so I've accidentally streamed 1111, Lover Where Do You Live, among other things, like 50 times, and it's always the same, like 45 to 50, so it's like my sleep cycle or whatever, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, again. Before that, I was 100% certain that The Only Hope for Me Is You was gonna be on there. That song, I just feel like, Breezy, I love you. Let's talk for so long about Danger Days. It's just so good. It's just so good. All right, I'm seeing Evermore. I just want to let it be stated that I am not forgetting Evermore. She's just, it's not actually an orange album. It's brown. Hopeless Fountain Kingdom live. So good. Every single song on Hopeless is better on the live version. This album rocks. It's so good. The guitar and everything on Eyes Closed. Oh my god. Lie is probably my least favorite Halsey song. On the live album, the way she interpolates Without Me and the crowd, phenomenal. Like seriously, every single song on Hopeless Fountain Kingdom is elevated by the live version. It's one of the best skating albums there is. It's long, it's upbeat, it's hype. Like, Don't Play live, literally nothing. It's so good. I know I just said nothing gets me more hyped than Planetary Go, but Don't Play live from Webster Hall. This album is orange, but I don't feel like it belongs in this video. Like, it's orange, but it's not. Like, Hozier is just so... All of his music is just like deep velvety browns and purples to me that I just don't feel like he qualifies, even though technically that album qualifies. Obviously, wonderful album. This album is yellow to me. I'm just saying this album is not this, but I'm including it anyway. But I'm just scrolling through, so it's just when it comes up. Brie, your Cheese album is really, really good. Every single time I listen to it, I'm like, this is a grand production. My favorite orange album. There's a tie for favorite orange album. I'm gonna say Kicker by Zella Day. I have loved this album for literally a decade now. Every single song on this album is amazing. This album used to rule the world back on the CW and normal TV. It's so good. Jerome, Ace of Hearts, phenomenal. 1965. If there was ever a song that was a Florida September, it's 1965. The slant of light and the sun present in Florida Septembers is 1965. It's the same color to me, and I've never been so certain about something as that. East of Eden, one of the most iconic editing audios of all time. Hypnotic, Sweet Ophelia, Taylor Swift, you know what you did. And then Compass, Compass makes me so sad. There's so many good usages of music from this album, especially on the Vampire Diaries, and Compass, when I think about it, it just hurts my heart. And it's such a beautiful song and such a beautiful album closer. These Colors with a song entitled Ophelia, Sweet Ophelia. I don't know, whatever. Obviously, Rise and Fall, Chapel, I mean, come on. It's just, genuinely, I think this is probably one of my favorite debut albums ever. And ironically, Kicker by Zella Day, I've always said that her debut album, because for so long it was her only album, I've always said that it was one of my favorite albums and probably my favorite debut album ever, because I just love it so, so dearly. Besides Tom Modell. But my point is, I think it's interesting, two of my favorite debut albums ever are also orange. If I made a list of songs that I've never skipped in my life, Feminine Phenomenon would be on that. Whenever I'm like feeling down or I need to tune something out or refocus my brain, Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess is always the album I go to. It's just so good, and I feel like it taps into every emotion you could possibly feel while also hyping yourself up at the same time. There's so many songs that you can listen to and be like, oh, I relate to this, or oh, I love this. California is such an interesting song to me because I feel like I relate to every single detail. Two squirrels just got in a fight in the yard. Like, California is interesting to me because I feel like I relate to every morsel, every second of that song antithetically. Like, I don't relate to it directly, but I feel like I relate to the opposite of every single thing she's talking about and saying. And it's just interesting to me. I think there's two. I think it's I know. I have a playlist and it's called The Antithetical, and there's two songs and it's Fortnite and California. Because they're just songs that are just interesting to me because I feel like I relate to those songs so oppositely of how they're written. And it's so stark that it just has to be noted. Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess's father. Like, come on, Bowie. This is just best album ever. My favorite song on it is definitely Star. The piano in it just drives me crazy. But the song that I've definitely been really focused on over the last probably 2 years, 3 years is 5 Years. Such a good song. That was a song too. I didn't get 5 Years the first time I listened, but now it's just genuinely one of my favorite songs ever. I think that's all of my orange albums. Is that all of my orange? That's all of my orange albums except Viva. She's purple. Brendan is just simply incorrect. And that's all I have to say about that. Let's take a moment for God Killed Rock and Roll, best song of all time. And that's fitting considering today is what, The Rapture or something? I don't know. I'm literally gonna break this camera. This is the last time I do a video on my lava lamp. If I upload a video with the same angle, you need to tell me to stop because I don't want to break the camera. So hold me accountable. It would seem there's only one more Tuesday after this where I don't know what goes down on Life of a Showgirl, so I'm really curious if I will either like it or dislike it enough to make a video focusing on Life of a Showgirl, or if I'll just be so annoyed or indifferent that it won't be worth a video. We'll see. We'll follow up on that. Breezy Lee, when I called you yesterday, there were squirrels outside. A squirrel buried an acorn and then chased off a chipmunk who was trying to steal it. The chipmunk ended up coming back, digging up the acorn, and then eating it, and then the squirrel came back to see if it was still there, and he got sad. He got sad because I saw it with my own 2 eyes. But so anyway, whenever I'm talking to you, something always happens with the squirrels, because yesterday the squirrel got sad, today the squirrels got in a fight. So something is always happening with the squirrels when I'm talking to you, and I don't know what that means. I will see you on Friday, Breezy Lee.